Today I thought I'd show you this really quick and easy glowy makeup that I've been wearing a lot for the past few weeks. My skin's very dry at the moment and I've been quite tired, and it is great to just perk you up, very quick to do, and it lasts really well for a long day. Right, today I want to film a few different videos, so I thought I'll just have a chat with you while I'm getting my makeup on so that my makeup is on for filming those videos, if that makes sense. I'm going to start with a little bit of the Kiehls Ultra Facial Cream. Now I am actually planning to do a bit of a rosacea deep dive, if I can, before Black Friday. I kept thinking I'd love to do a bit of a like bumper series, just maybe like a week of just rosacea videos. And then I thought, is Christmas really the best time? And actually it's probably the very best time, because not only do we get sucked into buying things we don't need, it's also a time where you're going to probably wear a bit more makeup than usual. Your dietary habits might change, you might be eating different things, maybe having a few more drinks if you drink, and all of those things can play havoc with your skin. So I think I'm going to maybe do a little pre-Christmas general chat through, and we'll take it from there. And then I just thought, do you know what, if you are looking for some new things for your routine, it is Black Friday coming up, and the one thing I will say about Black Friday is I think you only get the benefit of that if you're getting something that you were going to get anyway and it's less. And so I thought it might be helpful to just steer you in the direction of a few things that I think are great if you're using that as a time to maybe top up your routine for a bit less money. Right, I want to show you, this has been like my favourite glowy makeup for the past few weeks. And what happens with me is, because I travel a lot, I will kind of pack a bag that's in my bag for the week to do on the train or whatever, and then I'll wear it again and again. So this is a really tried and tested combination that I'm loving. I know that my comment section is going to be bedlam for this, but hear me out. I'm not going to use the It Cosmetics CC cream today. I'm going to use the Sculpted by Aimee cushion. This is one of the best new things I've tried in such a long time. I have been with It Cosmetics for 7 years now. I love It Cosmetics, and I always say the original CC cream, that is my favourite base of all time. And the whole time I've been with them, I've never had any, like they've never said to me, you're not allowed to mention other products. So in the early days, I always used to use a bit of everything and kind of compare them. And then the comments would just be like, I thought you worked with It Cosmetics, which one's best? Well, which one do you prefer, this or the It Cosmetics? And so I just thought there's not really, it just kind of became something that I thought, there's no nuance online, forget it, I just won't mention anyone. But the truth of the matter is, like, different things serve different purposes. And when I was thinking about this cushion and why I really like it so much, like, I absolutely love the original It Cosmetics CC cream. That's my personal favourite. I also love the Nude Glow, which is slightly fresher coverage. This sits somewhere in the middle of those two, and so I've really liked it because it's not as much coverage as my original one, but it's enough for like a long day if I'm getting on the train and knowing I'm having photos taken or things like that. Now it comes in this kind of mesh sponge with a pad applicator. I've seen so many people talk about this and say that they like to use it with a brush. I actually prefer using the little pad applicator. In fairness, it could probably do with a little wash here. So God love her, I'm probably dragging this poor cushion into disrepute. But I really, really like that it almost goes on like a dewy velvety, if that makes any sense. It's less dewy than what I would usually wear, but as the day goes on, it definitely looks quite fresh. Now this is a 2.75, which is a bit warmer than me, but I can kind of get away with it. And I do have tanning drops on at the moment, but I would like to get a fairer shade in this just so that I've got the option of the two. I found it really interesting. I have had like a really different experience of this from a lot of the reviews I've seen. Like I've seen lots of reviews say that it's quite sheer, but like you can see on me, it definitely covers the redness, but it doesn't feel heavy. And I do just like, to be honest, having this when you're out and about. It's one that I definitely top up a bit through the day. because this is the thing, when you wear slightly less coverage, you are then in a position where you might need to top it up. Like, see how full that looks? But it's not actually as full as that. I think it's just because the shade is a bit deeper for me. But yes, this is a really, really lovely base that I've loved using. And I love the finish, I love the coverage. I'd say if you're like me and you love your CC cream, this is less coverage and it's a slightly more velvety finish. But they're both lovely in their own way. Now, one thing that has been really annoying, and I'm just like paying attention to this section, my skin is as dry as a bone and I've been using everything on it. When I say everything, I've been using like richer versions of my everyday creams. So one of my favourite ever moisturisers is the Roche Posay Tolerian Sensitive Rich. So I've literally been using Cicaplast, you know, the really, really rich one that comes out like a bright white paste and it's really thick. I've been using that before bed and it's great and it massively helps, but I'm so dry that even that is not cutting through. I'm using a Medicate one at the moment, which is gorgeous. It's, what is it called? I'll get the name of it, it's upstairs. It's like a rich, it's kind of like a version of Cicaplast that is for more of a pleasing sensory experience. Like Cicaplast is about as medicinal as you're going to get, whereas the Medicate one is like, right, this person needs deep hydration but doesn't want like a thick white paste over their face. That's what that serves that really well for. I'm just going to do that jawline. This is why I'm always reluctant to give you like a routine. The fact of the matter is, which is a very privileged position to be in, that I get things to try a lot. So at any given time, I'm following a similar set of rules of, you know, a buttery cream with ceramides in it designed to strengthen the skin barrier, but I might be using several different ones. I have one down here, I've got one in the bathroom, one in my bedroom, and you don't need that. But I just have several things on rotation at any one time because I'm trying them for different purposes and I never want you to feel like you need to do that. But at the same time, if you said to me, what's your routine? I'm thinking, I've got a few cleansers on the go, a few moisturisers that you wouldn't need to have. Anyway, there's our cushion, absolutely lovely. The next thing I've been doing is using a smaller brush for my Peaches bronzer. This is a very old Smashbox one that I love, but basically I've just been finding that being a bit more considered with where the bronzer is going, I'm kind of not chiseling, I don't want to use that word, but I'm just trying to kind of lift and lift is the word I would give actually. I just want to, you know, freshen up my complexion a little bit, and using the smaller brush kind of allows me to have a bit more control to swoop everything upwards in this way. I'm having my hair done, what day is it today? Tuesday, on Thursday, and I'm really enjoying having it a little bit darker. I never thought I would be a brunette. I've always felt better blonde, and there's been so many times, if like whenever I used to get my blonde in with Maxine, I'd be like, Maxine, with the toner, like please don't let it go too, you know, when it goes cool and it feels a bit darker. And now I feel really lovely with the dark. I think I might have just been ready for a bit of a change. So yeah, I think as well that's enabled me to experiment with my makeup a bit more. Weirdly, I've been using a little bit less tan, even though it's darker, and I'm just kind of finding my new norm with this different colour palette, but it's been really lovely. While I press all of this in, basically I'm filming this, as I say, because I'm going to film some of the videos, so I just want some makeup on. And I don't know which order I'll put all the videos on in, but at the time of me filming this today, it's November the 11th, so it's 11/11, and I'm very spiritual and very into all those kinds of things. So I made sure at 11/11 today, I made all of my wishes for the year ahead and lit a candle, and I had my cats there and my mum. And it's so funny, my dad is away. My sister's taken my dad away for a couple of days, and I've just been like, I would actually say borderline feral the past couple of days. I've done this huge clear out of the house. I just want him to come back to like a nice, peaceful, decluttered space. So I've been doing this big clear out, and I feel like it's a lovely one to have done ahead of 11/11. Like, it's a lovely peaceful day to set your intentions for moving forward, and I just feel nice to have everything cleared out. And I can't tell you the like joy it's brought me to just have a bit of a clearer space. And if you have got like an hour this evening or in the next few days, I'd really recommend just have a little declutter. Because I was saying to my mum, I think it's the kind of thing that a lot of us think, oh, I'll do that over Christmas, but how lovely to do it now and have it done for a calmer Christmas, you know? So I've been doing that. I'm definitely going to continue that this evening. I've been doing it for the last couple of days. And I just, yeah, it's always a nice feeling when I always think as well, you might wait for whatever's meant to come next and newness to come in if you just part ways with the things that might have already served their purpose. So that's what I will be focusing on for the next couple of days. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. Oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. Have you tried the Armani Fluid Sheer? The thing is, I have to say, Armani just do like stunning complexion products. Luminous Silk Foundation is one of those that I would always recommend you if you're getting married and you want a lovely bridal foundation. The Fluid sheers are lovely, but they are really sheer. That has a lot of pigment to it, but it looks really, just looks glowy and fresh, doesn't it? And I feel like there's been a lot of times over the last few weeks where I've been a bit tired, or like accidentally, to be honest, I accidentally booked way too much stuff for myself to do in a short space of time the last kind of few weeks, and so I've been looking quite tired in myself, and so I've just wanted something quick and easy to add a bit of glow. That's what I'm showing you today. Right, this is my Half Magic Beam Trap Highlighter Illuminator. I've been using this side. You can mix the two together. If you have deeper skin, you'll prefer this side. I know that looks really sloppy, but like let me just show you. If I were to take some tissue and wipe that, you can completely wipe it clean again. See? And then the packaging is like this because it's compostable and they're all about recycling and just doing nice things for the planet. This highlighter, I like to just use it with my finger. It's the loveliest, like buttery, juicy, just makes your skin look nice. Half Magic are, whenever I mention Half Magic, I get the same questions. You can get them online from their website, which is what I tend to do, but they are also available at Beauty Bay in the UK. But they seem to have like less things on there than usual, but loads of them are in the sale. This is half price in the sale. It is one of those things, you know how I always say to you in these videos, like I'll make it clear if I'm just experimenting with something, or if it's something that I really think is lovely and would recommend. I really think that is lovely and would recommend. And when I checked yesterday, it was £9. It will last you for ages, and it is really lovely for just adding a bit of glow to your skin. Great for all ages. It's the way it sits, you can only see it on me. I'm 36, I'm like a bit tired and dry, but admittedly no real kind of lines as such in this area. But I have used this on different friends and people. It's one of those that's always in my bag. It sits really juicily, even if you have like texture or fine lines in that kind of area. Gorgeous. Right, I'm going to do my brows now. I've been using this Merit dark brown mascara thing. I think with a lot of these, they're very similar, but I do really like this Merit one because I think it fluffs up your brows without making them absolutely enormous, you know. So get a bit of the dark brown through there. Also, that's been really nice to help me get used to the slightly deeper hair. And you might remember I've not long finished my Morphe one, and that was the one that I was using there for a long while. Just to give you a comparison point, the Merit one doesn't appear to have thickening fibres in it. So the Morphe one does. If you've got thinner or more sparse brows, that will also like build the volume of them. Whereas this is more of just a traditional mascara, which to be fair, I'm quite happy with because I feel like I've grown them to a shape I'm happy with. I don't necessarily need them any bigger at this point in time, you know? I think we can both see that I've done something there to maybe like deposit a bit more pigment, but I also think like get a life, who cares? And I need to just get my face on, so I'm gonna brush quickly past that, I think. But I hear you, I did notice that as well myself. Right, again, loads of different things that would do the same job. I want to specifically call this out. This is a Rare Beauty, I don't have the name of the brush. It's a slanted stippling brush, and I have found this the most gorgeous brush for using powder. And the shape of it, it just gets in everywhere. Because it's stippling, which is where you have longer hairs and then like a denser pack of the shorter hairs down here, it means that you don't get loads of product on that top layer. And then when you put your powder on, it's not like massively looking cakey, but it is mattifying down. I'm using this powder now. Whenever you use powder on a video, especially because I'm using the front facing camera, 16 minutes, I'm sorry, I have to hurry up. Do you know why? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I noticed that. Powder chat, I'll have to wait for another day because Instagram has changed their thing and your videos can only be 20 minutes now. And here's me harping on about absolutely everything except the makeup I'm using, and now I've got seconds to be ready. So I can't even remember what I was going to say, but basically that brush means you don't get loads of cakey powder. Chapter closed. I'm using my It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara now. I didn't want to do any eye makeup today just for quickness, and also I might like tweak something about my makeup and maybe change my top a few times to just make the videos all look a bit different, because if I've got time I want to do a few. And so I thought if I've just got a nice mascara on, it'll be easier to kind of add things to this. And Superhero Mascara, if you are just wearing mascara, is so volumizing. It really is the best for a dramatic lash look. Really full, really thickens the lashes. It's amazing. Now 18 minutes. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use that I'm going to tell you about while I'm just finishing this is this little number 7 lippy. That is my favourite new lip thing, and I was putting it on the tube the other day, and this lovely girl stopped me and said, where is that from? Where have you got that from? That's a lovely little size, and we were on about it for ages. So this is, what happens when you're rushing. The shade you're about to see is a number 7 lipstick in Pink Blossom. When I sort those eyelashes out, that is better. And see the tiny little size of it? Really lovely. Now I actually had on my Boots Sleep Mask lip balm before I put this on. That is a lovely stocking filler that's going to go in one of my Christmas gifts that I'll hopefully film today. Let's see. Okay, I got minutes to go, but really lovely glowy makeup. Absolutely love that. But anyway, have a lovely day. Thank you for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.